Roger.
So, let's continue Operation 004 with Operation 004B. Now, as I believe I said right at the start of Operation 004, Blue's backstory is really important here. We've already seen the start of that with the battle between him and Vision, but this particular operation is going to go a bit more in depth as to what exactly happened to Blue and why he's so angry against the Geathjerk.
The wonderful 101.
Either way, we start the operation, walk a few steps forward, and look who it is. And as you probably guessed, Vulcan's going to be more difficult this time around.
We meet again, warrior of dearth. I trust you've been well.
If it isn't the heir to the throne of the roaming ruler, leader of the space pirate band known across the universe as the Geathjerk, Prince Vorkin.
Dude, seriously, are you right in the head?
And as I recall, you are Blunder Red.
Wonder Red.
Dude, no one invades my planet and talks to us like this. You're gonna feel the sting of my blade and sleep with the little fishies.
I see you've gathered more pawns to your side, young Red. A lively little group you've got there.
Ah, poor Blue. Forever a second fiddle. Even I cannot help but sympathize.
Bite me, Baguette.
These aren't pawns. These are my dearest...
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Pink, are you alright?
Oh my god! Oh, another rival too much wits against? You are so hot! What did Red say your name was?
Oh no.
Vorky, that's it! Oh my god! I want to know everything! Where are you from? What do you do? Do you like long walks on the beach?
It's a pleasure to meet you, my dear. The honor is truly mine.
I'm Vanderbeek, but you can call me Beak!
He's the enemy, you ditz.
Enemy? Really? Is he tough? Is he ripped? Oh my god, I bet he's ripped! Hey, can I call you Vorky? Ooh, Vorky, show us your muscles!
Pink, snap out of it already.
Stay out of this, you D-list wannabe actor first-year fencing school dropout!
D-list?
This is not good.
Prince Vorkin. I've already told you, no quarter to those who threaten our peace. Surrender your arms, or we'll have to use force.
I respect your bravado, Blunder Red. Only by triumphing over men such as yourself do I prove my true power. Come, show me what you've really got.
Diplomacy has failed. Team, unite up!
Roger! Me first! Oh, please!
I have to say, I absolutely adore Pink's reaction to Vulcan. It's just hilarious and wonderful. It's the only way I could describe it. Yeah, it's insane. Now, pretty much from this point forward, whenever we run into Vulcan, he's going to keep improving his arsenal. But one thing that you are going to want to make especially sure of is that if ever he uses Unite Guts on you, make sure to get out of the way very quickly, because he is going to use a counter on you immediately afterwards. Here he's using the Cyclone on the whip, which is a bit of a pain to dodge, more so than some of the later ones that he's going to throw at you, but still. He's also going to kind of use more Unite Morts as we go along. Makes sense for a rival. But pretty much, I think from this point onwards, in honour of Pink's nickname and generally how I react to enemies in my video games, I think we're going to call Vorken Vorky, because it's just brilliant. It's a great nickname. I should point out that if you die during this fight, whilst playing as Pink, I believe there's an extra bit of dialogue that happens, where Pink is basically just like, "Why, Vorky, why?" But either way, Pink's insane, and I mean, I think you can just tell in the dialogue that Tara Strong was having so much fun recording her, because it's just insane. Now, even though we missed a Vorken fight in Operation 003, we are going to get one in every operation left that well, up until a certain point. But we've got a good few more Vorky fights to go. We need to make sure that I keep using Vorky. Now, as you can tell, he's definitely a lot harder by this point. He's just got more health, and also because you get caught at the start so quickly, you don't really have a lot of time to get on with what you're doing. Also, I think I was going a little bit nuts because I should just use the sword, because it's evidently the best weapon to use against Vorky, because you get to smite away so many of the Geathjerk members that Vorken doesn't really have the chance to do a whole lot. Now, another thing that makes Vorken a lot easier is a certain move, well, custom block that we are going to get in the next, well, after the next operation. At least midway through the next operation, because we can get it after 005A. But until that point, we can't get it, but it's very helpful.
No. This will not do, Blunder Red. This will not do at all.
What's the matter, bro? Out of juice already?
Ha ha ha! I've got more juice than you can possibly imagine. Told you so. You see, I've been watching you for some time now.
Damn, that fourth wall break. Vorky
is technically impossible.
Hey, how'd he do that?
I was just giving you a sporting chance, but no time to dilly-dally.
Too hot, too hot. Even I am smitten. Oh.
Don't worry. I'll give you one final opportunity. When we meet again, it will be for the last time. So I hope that you are up to the occasion, Blunder Red.
Wonder Red. What are you after anyway, Vorken?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I wasn't finished with my story, was I? Well, if you can spare, say, 30 minutes, I'm sure I can fill in the gaps.
30 minutes? How about 30 hours? No days, no years!
Get a room.
Oopsie! Time for a spot of tea. A shame, really. I was so looking forward to having a chat. Shall we, Chugi?
Of course, Master.
You should always make time for a little bit of tea, I have to say.
No, Vorky! Take me with you!
Oh, Pink. You really, really insane girl. Like, she's bonkers. Then again, the majority of the cast of this game are bonkers. I mean, look at Wonder Red getting everybody's titles exactly right every single time. I love that they kind of do start taking the mickey out of that, because it's just like, enter the throne of the Rooming Rulo, known across the galaxy as the Space Pirate Pan, the Geathjerk, Prince Vorken. Everybody. Every single time. It's kind of... This is the point where the game partly begins to ramp up in its seriousness. But it's also where the game decides it's going to ramp up in terms of its taking the mickey out of itself. And being ridiculously self-aware. Like, I do mean seriously self-aware. It gets more so the more you get into it. But this is kind of the start. Because it's where Blue starts questioning about how Red is remembering all of this, and so on and so forth.
The invaders have already gotten this far. If we don't hurry, they'll reach the super reactor.
Luca!
Oh no!
Luca!
Sacre vert! Has he been with us all along?
Luca, wait!
You guys are slowing me down! I'm going solo! Luca!
Freaking ankle biter. Something approaches.
And here we have an Anko. It's basically a regular enemy version of Lambo. It's really not that difficult to defeat, especially with white.
The tenets of wonderful. When 100 brave souls unite as one, bodies of steel exact justice undone, becoming the fist that safeguards the weak, the beacons of hope, protecting the meek.
No, wait!
You are correct. I dedicate this to the 100 ninjas whose faces are forever masked and tombs forever unknown. Team, unite up!
Roger!
Nice reference to the opening dialogue. I quite like that. Also, you may realise that your main wonderful ones level up really bloody quickly, which is helpful. Now, the reason that I say that Ankos are really, really, really easy to defeat with Unite Plot is because literally you can just keep attacking and they can't really do anything. So as long as you dodge whenever they do move out of that move, you're sorted. And if you start kind of bringing in multi-unite morphs into it, they really don't stand a chance. I mean, your time counter will probably be slightly higher than it probably should be, but I found that this is really the single easiest way of defeating these guys. It's also quite fun because you just get to mash the A button and just be like, die! Now I should also point out that even though White is getting a somewhat reasonable amount of dialogue in this operation, he doesn't get a whole lot of development past this.
Keep working on that one.
I have to say, I kind of agree, Pink, although giving Wonder White a bit more dialogue would be nice, because he, along with Wonder Yellow and the one wonderful one that we don't have right now, are rather lacking in the character development department overall, and really don't get that much screen time. Now that pipe right there, if you went through all the other pipes, gets you a Lord of Tight Spaces bottle cap, which is about as easy as the one in Operation 001, but I screwed that one up. Now, as I said with the whole drawing things on the ground is a little bit, well, a lot more difficult than just drawing your Unite Morphs, because especially with this one, I had so much trouble with this one. As you can see, you've got to be accurate. I think there is a level of grace given to how accurate you need to be, but it's really ridiculously harder than it needs to be. I'm really not a fan of this particular one. It's just like, come on guys, just want to draw the damn thing, please. Thankfully, there we go. I mean, you do need to do it if you want to get that Geathjerk file, because the more the merrier, right? I believe that one may actually be for Vision, actually. Now, you can see there's some divers over there. I kind of screwed up in trying to save them, and I'm actually going to go spend the time to go back and actually rescue them, because I'm such a nice person. So, what I should have done before I left that infuriating shape, was to, run down here. I should have also sent up a Wonderliner into that open window, because that's a hidden area. Well, not a hidden area, but a hidden thing that you could get something out of. I think there was actually two of them, maybe. Either way, before we continue any further, if you kind of gone in there, saved some people, then this Kaku Rhaegar will appear. And always need a good Kaku Rhaegar to sort yourself out. Because, I mean, there aren't any others in the rest of the mission, so you might as well have some fun. Although I will say that this is a rather frustrating one, because you've got to defeat this guy, and you can only use one Unite Morph, but you only have 10 allies, and yeah, it's a pain. So, I mean, basically what you're supposed to do is kind of team attack him, get him stunned, get your team, form that Unite Morph, and wail on him. But it's a lot easier said than done. Also, we haven't actually come across this enemy yet. It does seem to be a running trend with a lot of, well, some of the Kaku Rhaegars, in that you come across enemies before they actually appear in standard combat. This guy we kind of have come across because it was the ship that Wano was riding, but we never had to actually fight the damn thing with its irritating teleportation powers, constant running about, and Unite Morph preventing laser field thing. Thankfully, he can't really do a whole lot of damage to you as long as you kind of keep team attacking him. So, in that sense, this is a really, really easy Kaku Rhaegar to beat. It's just rather difficult to do well, and also rather tedious, really. Thankfully, this isn't the most evil one in the entire game. No, that comes very, well, right at the end of the game. This isn't evil, it's just tedious. The one at the end of the game is just absolutely evil. And if you were checking my Twitter out when I was recording that section, you will have seen a rather frustrated little rant. Well, it wasn't really a rant, it was just like oh, I hate this mission. Tweet and yeah. You will see why I hate that Kakurei so much. And also, I will tell you now, it's kind of the only one that I haven't beaten on normal. So I feel I need to say that one doesn't get beaten because I feel bad, but then also I don't because it's just ridiculous. Like, stupidly ridiculous. I mean, I think on higher difficulties it gets even worse, but still. Also, I just got sloppy towards the end of this fight. I think the tedium got too much, and I was just like, I don't care anymore. I just want this to be over. I want to get on into the main bulk of the mission, or at least the second half, which I consider to be the main bulk, because it's where basically all of the story happens. And the story that we're gonna get is pretty awesome. I think it's really well done, even if the gameplay element isn't necessarily going to match up overall. You'll see why in, well, when we get to it. Either way, that's everything in this first area collected, pretty much. I mean, I don't think I quite got everything, but everything that I thought I could get at the time. Let's open up the door and head on in, because we need to save that super reactor and Luca.
You'll be reaching depths of 10,000 meters soon. Not even the Virgin Victory can withstand that kind of pressure. We're unable to confirm the exact location of the statue, so P-Star is going to have to guide you in as best he can.
We will proceed to Neomu's deep sea sector and assault the enemy's aquatic troops. Team, let's move!
Roger!